So the last 24 hours were pretty exciting if you were an ADA holder. We saw ADA be one of the better performers in the crypto market. And specifically, we saw a lot of those US based cryptos begin to go on runs. And you're starting to see this excitement build approaching next week's inauguration. That's a very exciting sign. And there's been a few things that have changed in terms of ADA that we need to talk about, as well as BTC following a very similar trend to 2021, potentially showing us that it is about to leave everyone behind. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I want to say I appreciate everybody that stopped in and checked out the stream last night. I know there wasn't a lot of notice once again, so I apologize for that. But what we did get to watch is ADA actually breach $1.03. We talked about a lot of exciting things happening in the market. And even after last night's sell-off, ADA right now is sitting between 99 cents to $1 and looking pretty good, trying to, again, absorb some of that selling pressure and try to prep for hopefully another green day ahead. And things have flipped to the bullish side in terms of ADA, at least over the last 24 hours, right? When we're looking at ADA currently, we actually breached our 20-day moving average, which is a very strong sign. We actually tested our 20-day moving average, which is a strong sign. We had a nice bounce off of it. And now really what ADA is trying to do is it is trying to complete this right shoulder and attack the top of this trend, right? If you guys remember, we have a big inverse head and shoulders playing out where we're again trying to attack right up in this basically triangle here before a possible consolidation and then attempted breakout. Now, understand that there's no guarantee that things play out this way. But from a time standpoint, the 20th is making a lot of sense for breakouts across the crypto market. Doesn't mean it's going to work out that way, but everything is actually pointing towards that right now. In fact, when we talk again about the ADA BTC chart, we made that exact move like we were talking about, doing the same thing, right? Printing its right shoulder, attacking the top of its trend. We are at about the 50% of the way up, but we attacked the top of our trend here. And we're again targeting that 20th day for the ADA BTC breakout as well. Because again, this narrative surrounding US-based crypto is going to be a big one that causes some excitement, that directs certain capital flows in the market, right? Now, a couple things that have changed in terms of ADA, obviously, as we were making our move up last night, we did actually cut through some of this short interest currently residing in ADA. You guys can see we liquidated on this very nice aggressive move to the upside. Now, understand that this balance in interest actually has shifted. So we were on the positive side. We had more long positions than short positions open. That has now flipped. So now we have more people betting against ADA, or at least larger positions betting against ADA than there are trying to hold it up. And where this actually currently consolidated is right up around this $3 range. And again, this is, this can cause some short liquidation moves to the upside, a little bit of short squeeze. It's not much, but it can obviously be a little bit of fuel that adds to the fire. Now, there were some people talking about if we zoom out and look at the 2-hour or the 2-week chart in terms of this ADA liquidation heat map, that there are long positions down in these lower ranges and we have to go down and liquidate these, and that's not necessarily the way that it works. Just because there is liquidation leverage in certain ranges doesn't mean you have to get there. Okay, now what we're going to try to attack is probably the path of least resistance, and there is a little bit of long leverage right down below here, down to about 96 cents. So that is possible in terms of price movement. At the same time, you could make very quick movements up to $1.10, $1.11. All right. So where things are really going to get exciting now is in terms of BTC, because when we look at BTC, we haven't done a whole lot for a while. BTC has been pretty flat apart from obviously our run to 108K. But really since November 21st hasn't done a whole lot. And this is why alts have done a good job gaining some ground versus BTC, because BTC has gotten boring. Now, where things may get exciting is what we've actually seen shift in terms of BTC is now that we've gotten into kind of one of these tight liquidation leverage ranges again, we may see a volatile movement from BTC. Understand that there is a bunch of long leverage right below these current prices that actually starts right at about 93.6. And on the upside, this actually starts right at about 94.7, but really the big liquidations begin at about 95K. All right. So BTC is in this tight range, and we may not see a whole lot up until later today. We'll have to wait and see if anybody decides to cause a little stir, cause a little excitement in the market, because we really need higher volume to make some of these more volatile moves. But what's interesting about this is when we're talking about BTC in general, when I'm looking at this trend, we're actually following exactly what we did last market cycle, like to a T. And what I mean by that is if you guys remember when we entered 2021, we actually faced a brief time of consolidation in terms of Bitcoin, right? This actually started January 9th, and then we consolidated until about January 28th, and then BTC began to run and take off. And that was obviously a very exciting time. And why I'm referencing this now is we've actually been in this period of consolidation, and it actually makes a lot of sense from a time standpoint. This actually started kind of in the middle of December, which would make sense because these cycles are moving closer and closer and closer to us, right? The halvings are moving a month closer, the peaks are moving a month closer. This all makes sense. So right now, what if BTC isn't actually showing weakness? It's just mimicking what it did last market cycle. And if this is the case, if we look at a very similar time standpoint, it shows that BTC may be about to melt faces. We may start to see BTC go on a run very, very soon. It tracks, right? And then what that means is that BTC may target somewhere in the 120K range by the time we get to February. And you can imagine what that would do for alts. And coincidentally enough, this shows a big spike for BTC right around January 20th. Just saying, right? Obviously, this is just speculation. Nobody knows for sure. But what's interesting is that we have seen a few trends be different as of late. We've seen institutional money doing some selling. We've seen BlackRock doing some selling. And I think it's 100% to try to keep BTC price down before we enter some very exciting times. And this kind of plays into that. I don't want to say manipulation like we talk about, but manipulation like we talk about. So what's interesting is that the market may in fact just take off when everybody least expects it. It may look like Bitcoin is doing nothing, and then you may have BTC go on a 10K run day. It wouldn't be a surprising thing. We've seen it happen before. Again, just take a look back here in November. BTC ran all the way from this 68K range to basically 88K over the course of 9 days. We may be on the verge of one of those moves once again. And obviously this is going to be beneficial for ADA and other alts in the space, especially those US-based cryptos. So that's what I want to show you guys. We have some very exciting things playing out in the market. A lot of things to monitor. We haven't seen BTC dominance drop off in a big way yet, and I'll talk about that in some other videos, but pay attention. All right, this weekend, although it may be kind of quiet from a volume standpoint, it's possible that ADA may make some more volatile moves, whether that's up or down. But really next week this coming week is the exciting one. We have a CPI report. We know that we obviously have inauguration the next week. We have Q4 GDP. We have FOMC meeting, a lot of things that may impact the market in the very near term. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Where do you think ADA's headed from here? But have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.